while it seems, different to some people, it's a good living. It's a good life, and the community has so much to offer. I think one of the biggest things, though, enjoying the journey, but patience is definitely, it's a big thing. And looking back and being like, oh, this is really great. Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jon.
And we have Little Lost Cabin Off Grid as our homestead, and that is our YouTube channel. So we are out in North Idaho, and we arrived about a year ago exactly to chase the dream, leaving the busy East Coast to chase the dream of homesteading in the beautiful, beautiful Idaho, gorgeous country out here. And we're living each day, new projects, and learning a whole bunch of stuff along the way.
We did land on the HM 130 Max, which is an absolute beast. I got to get my neighbor out here. He's got a big tractor. He's got a huge machine, and I've got a couple 30-inch logs I want to put on there. So, and it's been an absolute joy to use. I mean, we both love it too.
Whenever we say we have a sawmill day, we're like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah,
a sawmill day.
We decided to start our little homestead here with a little cabin, something that we could get our feet wet and not be so in the weeds with. We wound up making our own plans for a 320 square foot footprint, and built it stick framed and traditional modern framing and modern finishes, drywall and everything. But we did bring some rustic back in with wood trim and more natural tones. So it's modern, but it's also slightly rustic, and it's doing us well. We're pretty much done now that we're not heating with wood. We've got a couple like our wood stoves behind us here. We've got a hearth project, and it's pretty much wrapped up and finished. So we've been enjoying the cabin, and it suits us. It's definitely on the small side, but it also allows us to just get out and enjoy the outside even more. About 10 years ago, we met and we started camping, and East Coast has a beautiful array of camping, and somehow, some way, we wound up visiting the Western United States, and we fell in love with pretty much the scenic, the culture, the people, the atmosphere, and just the nature, first and foremost. So we spent most of our time, pretty much every vacation day we could find and muster up to come out here, and we fell in love with it. We left suburbia, and we decided to move on to 10 acres and start from scratch. It was a huge undertaking, but we've been planning for years and years, and it's been an absolute joy along the process. Plenty of challenges, but it's been a joy all along. We found our land, we found our 10 acres, and we decided to build everything from scratch, and just it's been a challenge, and it's been an absolute joy along the way. But the projects are a huge fun. Like, it's so fun. I don't know. We're just two kids that ran off into the woods, and we're having a blast.
I like to say.
It was pretty tough.
You're taking a huge leap, right? And you're taking a chance. And with the community and the friends and family on that side of the country, I always found I think it's a little cliche, but it's this little Winnie the Pooh quote. And it's something that is like, what a blessing it is to have goodbyes be so hard. But that's how I like to think about it. That's just such a blessing. And then it's a blessing too to be out in this new community. It's wonderful.
It was as raw can get, I suppose. We were off of a dirt road, off of maybe a half mile from a county road. So we're not like exquisitely remote, but full of trees, maybe about a half acre. We had to pretty much cut down everything that we wanted to make space for. It's been a couple years coming. We wound up buying this property a few years ago. We've taken a couple trips out before actually making the move, just to prepare for the future. And that was a lot of work in and of itself. It's a typical, northern or northwestern United States. Lots of pine trees, lots of fir, Douglas firs, red firs, all that beautiful softwood. And as far as homesteading, we're picking it up from the ground and trying to pioneer this place. So we've learned along the way. We've done plenty of research on almost every task that we've done. I've worked with my hands my whole life, so a lot of it does come naturally. Like, you guys have a really good YouTube presence, and that's pretty much where I learn most of everything nowadays. So between Two Guys Timber Framing is my absolute favorite. Your YouTube presence just pretty much led us to Woodland Mills. really good value, really good like performance for just for what you get. And it was a really cool, just like kind of figuring out which way we wanted to go. We've gotten to the point where we'll put, 24 logs aside for projects, and we'll say, okay, it's just, 2 or 3 days of milling, and it's just the best 2 or 3 days. You pick a nice warm day and it's comfortable and just fun.
You get into a groove.
So one of the things you can't upgrade is your capacity, right? So whilst we have 24-inch logs on a routine basis, when we want to put a bigger log on there, I know we're never going to have an issue with it. Making that jump up to the bigger model for us was one of those things that just wound up feeling right and just being right for our project load, We've got, since we did start from scratch on the homestead, we've got so many projects listed out, and we've got a whole lot of milling ahead of us. It was just one of those things is, hey, a little more horsepower, a little more capacity. We got the extra track length as well, so now we're not even thinking about that. And with those upgrades in mind, we've been sailing through all of our projects, and it's been really cool.
Oh, the first one was the woodshed. So we were like, okay, we want to prep the woodshed. We have not done the woodshed yet.
but we got the lumber ready.
But we have the lumber all done. So it's just like we have it, and we're like, okay, then whatever we want to put together. But we found cedar on our property. We're like, cedar trim looks so good. He was telling me, he's like, cedar? And I'm like, yeah, let's do cedar trim. So, I joke, I'm like, it's very farm to table in that respect, which makes it really cool, We have, of course, the fence posts for the garden, which we just finished up.
All of the material for the garden,
all the material for the garden.
We're planning on having some sort of an outbuilding to protect our equipment. We've got a bunch of tractor implements, and the tractor itself that, unfortunately we didn't get enough time last year to find a shelter for it. So that'll probably be sawmill lumber, and that'll be all that project. And then the big bad project that we're excited for is the sawmill shelter itself. Almost everybody, you know how it goes. It's one of the biggest joys is you get this thing, you have it set up, and you want to just rip and roar. And one of the first or biggest projects you can think of is the actual shelter for it. Give yourself an extra. If it's raining, you can still mill. If you are looking to protect it, obviously it's a big investment, and you want to be able to keep it nice and shiny new as best you can. So that's probably going to be this year as well. We've got a whole long list of fun stuff that we're planning. But not only do you have a really cool sense of accomplishment taking it from a tree to whatever purposeful building it becomes, but there's also just we're clearing land, and we're making space for these things in the same turn of making lumber. So it's just a really cool feeling.
Yeah. It's like a triple whammy in that part. We have a very wooded property in that respect, so it is one of those things that we do want to continue to make space. There's definitely more planned, so it's like it's very cool. It's really, really cool. One thing that we do love about the tiny cabin is, it gets us out to do our projects, but I don't know about, I think definitely a more moderate sized home we would love to build ourselves in the next 5 years, something a little bit larger, and then really continue to clear out and just love on this property too, to get to know it better, right? And develop it out with, maybe some additional guest buildings, a home.
She gave me the green light for a shop.
The shop. It's just, there's a lot. The whole dream is really to be so self-sufficient and continue to build out with solar and everything. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
I think we've learned our fair share of lessons along the way, and it's one of those things that you're going to have challenges that you just didn't or couldn't have accounted for, and being able to stand back up and take a breather and dust off your shoulders and get back to work, it really does pay dividends. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We're starting our homestead. We hurried because we needed to get out of the winter, but it's a long project, and being able to enjoy it along the way is part of life. You're not out here to just work like a robot and fade away. So we're enjoying it as we go, and I think that was something at first we really had our head down, and we were churning and working hard and forgot to stop and smell the roses. So I'd say that's probably the best one.
We do have a lovely community up here, and what I think is really neat is that in some respects it seems so very unique what we're doing, and in so many other respects it's not unique. While it seems, different to some people, it's a good living. It's good life, and the community has so much to offer. As far as wisdom on the area, like the land itself, and knowing so much about just the property on the mountain that we're on, and the environment. And I think one of the biggest things, though, because we're not unique in building out this homestead, so many other people have done it before us, is patience. And I think that really is, in a wonderful way, of what Jon said, is enjoying the journey, but patience is definitely, it's a big thing. And looking back and being like, wow, this is really great. And knowing what you're doing is authentic, is that it's like a full circle of everything you're doing to be more sustainable and to be more self-sustaining too, with all those tools and technology that allows us to be that way, including the sawmill. So